Hello and welcome, everybody, to the show with Mike and T. What up, T?
Hello.
How you doing, pal?
So good.
Yeah?
So good. It's hump day.
Hump day's a good day.
It generally is.
Yeah.
If you're
Wednesday,
doing-
Friends Day?
Yeah, Wednesday Friends Day is going down tonight.
Hell yeah. Gotta get Tooch in the mix.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
gotta go. It's just gotta happen.
That is just the salt of the earth.
Yeah. See, he's a great dude. isn't
Hell
he?
of a guy.
We gotta get him on a mic at some point.
Maybe.
You know what? Tooch is just too fucking private for a guy that worked in media his whole career.
Yeah.
He really is. He is off the. He's off.
He doesn't want any part of it.
No, doesn't. Nope. Sees no good in it.
No. But we'll hang out either way.
Yeah. Oh, of course. But hopefully we'll get him. Maybe let's get him liquored up, and then maybe we can get his ass on a mic.
That is possible.
Because he's got some stories. He's lived quite a life. You know, down in L.A. He was working some big ass radio stations in L.A.
Yeah.
The Beat. And, you know,
Yeah.
he personal relationships with some pretty big names.
We're going to have story time with Tooch.
Yeah, story time with Tooch.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. Anyway, so much better out there. Finally, that snow's melting.
A little bit. Well, for now, it's about going to get 4 to 8 tomorrow.
Seriously?
Yeah, tomorrow night coming in.
Oh, yeah. No. Where are we? Why do we live here?
I know. It's
Why
a
do
great
we do
question.
this?
It's a great question.
Michigan's brilliant the summer. Mm-hmm. It is. The
It is.
fall, the spring,
Yeah.
that winter,
Sucks balls.
balls.
Yeah, I used to love it, and I used to be a lot more active. You'd ski
Oh,
and
yeah,
do shit
skiing,
like that,
yeah.
you know.
Go up
and I try to
north.
still do some stuff, snowmobiling and ice fishing and things.
Yeah. Our skiing days are behind us.
But yeah, it's not
good.
It's not good. I don't fucking. It's wearing on me hardcore.
I went skiing in Colorado just a couple years ago. I got 2 runs in.
Yeah,
I got 2 runs and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
out.
in
And I
Colorado,
could
skiing is different than anything around here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a half hour to get down to the bottom, you know.
Yeah. 20-minute stop for lunch halfway down at a
Yeah,
restaurant.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a totally different thing. But
Here it takes you longer to go up the chair than it does to get down the mountain.
Yes, exactly. Which is what I hated. Which is why I stopped skiing in Michigan.
Yeah.
Unless you go to Boyne or something.
Yeah,
but
if you go up. Cabernet was always my spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little less crowded, nice peaks.
I used to go to Alpine more than anything.
Yeah.
Alpine was my spot when I was little, when I was a kid.
Yeah. That was best of what's around Brighton and
Brighton,
Pine Knob,
Holly.
basically. Mount Holly. Yeah, I always liked Alpine the best.
Yeah, me too. And until I went to Colorado. And then I came back and was like,
Changes you.
this Bunny Hill bullshit, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it.
Got
So-
spoiled.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, a few more weeks of this, T. We got to get you.
I know we're on the downside of it. So it's halfway through February.
Yeah, time's just flying by. We're gonna wake up and be 70 tomorrow. I just know it. It's just brutal. It's brutal.
Not tomorrow, but it's coming.
It finally has hit me, like the realization, like, oh no, you're old as fuck, and you're only getting older. Mm-hmm. Quickly,
Rapidly.
it's flying now, and it's like I remember us in our 20s, in our teens, being like. That's a discussion for another time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to worry about it. This is how life is. Fuck those old people. And now it's like
We could,
knock on the door. Hello, you home? This is death.
yeah.
It's just
We couldn't wait for the snow back then to go out shagging.
shagging.
Doing different
Yeah.
shit like that. God.
Dude, we would get behind the bumper of the car.
Yeah.
In those awesome, like, hey, we're gonna have a snow day tomorrow
Yep.
days when it would start snowing like crazy all night, and we would get behind Ed's piece of shit. What was that red car he had?
What the hell was that thing? Oh, like not a Toyota. What
Yeah,
that?
I think it
was
was
it
a Toyota.
Maybe, yeah, something.
But he would fly around the subdivisions at midnight.
Oh yeah.
With us hanging on the bumper on our own sleds or tied to the bumper.
Then we get the rope. Tie
got the
that one
rope.
off. Yeah, that was tricky because going around turns, you'd catch mailboxes and trees. and
Trees,
shit,
he
get wrapped
set us
around
into a
that.
tree.
Oh yeah.
And that wasn't good enough. I remember one night, I don't know if you remember this, we started wrestling on our sleds back there.
Yeah.
And it was just like a full-on me and you kicking the shit out of each other, going 30 miles an hour in the subdivision.
Yeah. Last man standing.
Last man standing, trying to kick each other off our sleds.
Yeah. That evolved. That's what we used to do tubing.
Yeah.
Three tubes, 3 men, last
Yeah.
man standing.
Last man.
fucking King of the mountain.
We should have just got out there with a little tiny knife and just pow,
Yeah.
pow, pop the other sleds like, see you later, fuck
Yeah,
faces.
that gets expensive.
It does. It does. Anyway, the good old days. Long behind us. I don't see us
yeah.
wrestling, but going shagging behind the cars anymore.
No.
Yeah, I remember Ed literally pulled up someone's driveway at like full speed, split between their trees, in their front yard and sent us splaying right into the fucking trees.
Roads were optional at
Yeah.
that point. You couldn't even
Curbs.
tell where the road really was in the snow. So fuck it.
So we're talking about one of those days when you get a foot.
Yeah.
You know, and you're just
You go out, there's just
before
fresh
the
pow.
plows.
Oh, nothing
awesome.
better than a few
Awesome.
inches of fresh pile out there.
I would get 2 doors down before my entire body collapsed. Like literally. If we did that
Oh,
now,
I wouldn't even.
I don't know if I could sit down on the sled.
I wouldn't get back up. I
No,
know that.
no.
Rolling around. Get me up. Get me up.
Little help. Little help. Anyway, I love this story you sent me, T. Late in the day today.
Yeah. I didn't know if you saw it drop or not.
Excuse me. No, I hadn't seen it dropped. Apparently, it dropped yesterday, actually. How many news outlets pick it up?
Yeah, that's therein lies the problem.
Right,
man.
right.
Why didn't you hear about this?
Unless you're scouring different stuff, and Breitbart picked it up, which immediately shuts half the country off.
Womp, womp.
And the other half, about half of them are willing to go to Breitbart just because of the bad optics.
Yeah.
But it's another Project Veritas.
But this is just leaked.
Video.
I mean, assume Veritas is going to release their whole thing on this, or is this fully released?
No, there's another drop
Yeah,
coming.
this is just a sneak peek, kind of a leak.
Yeah, there's a 6-minute sneak peek. I think it's worth watching for people that want to know how this stuff is playing out in conversations you're not supposed to hear. And Project Veritas is doing, I know they're a, people have their opinions about Project Veritas. That when you get into the abortion stuff, like people have such strong positions on that, and I understand it. So they're controversial.
They call them far
But,
right.
Yeah, they call them alt-right, far, which is laughable. They're not. But
Even if they come from the right, and it's who they target is who they target. But
Right.
the fact of what they do and what the information that they get
well, it's
is damning as all hell.
It's actual journalists
Yes.
that take months and months and months of setting people up to be able to go in with a journalist in disguise with a camera or two and get these very powerful people. Like, you don't just sneak onto CNN's inner meetings, right, and hear what they're talking about
With a fake
before.
mustache. Could you speak a little louder, please?
Hello, my name is CNN employee, tag on. No, but there's a lot of people that don't like what's going on at CNN who work in CNN. And so they will reach out and be like, by the way, here's the login to tomorrow's big CNN meeting hosted by Jeff Zucker, and all the talent's going to be there. You'll hear what they really think, And so that stuff goes on. It's not like they're spying around, but they get in. And I don't know if they're using, this is a female journalist in this story, and I don't know if it looks like a date. If you watch the video and the hidden camera, it's crystal clear, but it looks like they're having dinner and wine. So I don't know if it's like set up as a date and he's just shooting off at the mouth.
Maybe.
But the
A lot of times it's dinner meetings over dinner. That's a thing too,
Sure.
without being romantically involved.
but there's some sneakiness going on. You're not telling them you're a journalist. They
No.
would never discuss this stuff publicly otherwise. But hey, however you get it, that's called journalisming.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it's called.
Yeah, it's the big problem in
lost
media
art.
today. I'll never forgive 60 Minutes. To me, they lost all credibility when Leslie Stahl was interviewing the president, Trump at the time, and he was talking about the Hunter Biden story, and she's like, Mr. President, this is not true. It's just not true. But there's no evidence. It's likely Russia. And it was like, you dumb asshole. He's making a claim. We've all seen the stuff, which means you can see the stuff too, Leslie. It's your job to investigate that, not call him a liar. And then it gets proved that it's absolutely true. The pictures are phenomenal. I cannot get enough Hunter Biden smoking crack and fucking prostitutes pictures. They're almost as good as Prime Minister blackface photos. Like, how many blackface photos can you have? He's got as many passed out with a crack pipe in his mouth photos that he
might
took
have
himself.
more. Yeah, oh, yeah.
He filmed everything. Every hooker.
How do you take a picture of yourself passed out?
Someone might have taken that one, unless he was faking passed out.
Maybe.
One of those. I'm just sleeping.
This crack just hits different.
It's just, it's awesome. But they weren't willing to even entertain that.
Of course not.
And we all knew what was going on. We all saw what was going on, and to me, it was like, Leslie, you just sacrificed your entire credibility in that moment. You became nothing but a partisan hack to me, and I respected and watched every episode of 60 Minutes for decades.
Was one of the last, pillars of journalism in a
Yeah.
way. And
It was 60 Minutes.
yeah, it just
you know?
shows that they're all fucking bought and paid for.
Yeah, it's brutal. Well, the Bowl of Soup administration plans to make yearly COVID shots mandatory for all Americans,
Including
toddlers as young as 6 months old. Mandatory.
mandatory
Yep.
annual
Yep.
fucking shots.
So how this came about, an FDA executive told Project Veritas undercover journalist on hidden camera. In the video, Christopher Cole, executive officer of countermeasures initiative for the FDA, said Biden wants to inoculate as many people as possible. This guy, by the way, has over 20 years experience at the FDA and claims to be directly involved in the approval process of this. You'll have to get an annual shot, he told the journalist during a dinner date. I mean it. It hasn't been formally announced yet because they don't want to rile everyone up, yeah, especially before an election. You don't want to do that.
Exactly.
Cole noted that some of the plan has been talked about publicly, but not on CNN or Fox or MSNBC or anything. But yeah, you'll have to get an annual. I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a gradual thing. Schools are going to mandate it. Cole explained that the yearly boosters are necessary because the efficacy wears off over time. It means your ability to fight wanes. So the 3 will bolster your system, 3 shots, and then there will be an annual eventually, just like the flu shot. This will be mandated for everyone, is his quote. He also discussed the corrupt relationship between the FDA and vested interests like the pharmaceutical companies, who pay the government millions of dollars a year to make sure their products get approved. The drug companies, the food companies, vaccine companies, they pay us hundreds of millions of dollars a year to hire and keep the reviewers to approve their products. If Big Pharma can get every person required to get an annual vaccine, that is a recurring return of money going into their company.
Cha-ching.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, obvious.
Exactly. We said even that's why they want the kids. It's just an untapped resource.
Of course.
Those are all shots that can still be given. It's
Yeah,
all
and they're
money
born-
that can be, checks that can be cashed.
And they're born every day, and they will be forever. The FDA exec appeared to admit that mandating the risky COVID vaccines for toddlers is a flawed proposition. Even he, at the dinner date, is going, I don't completely agree with their process. They're looking at trying to inoculate kids under 5 years old, between 6 months and 5 years old. When asked what his concern was, he said, well, they just don't have all the tests. They're not there. So I agree with the thing that isn't important to inoculate them, but you can't give parents as much assurity as you'd normally want to do.
Yeah, absolutely not.
The FDA was scheduled to meet this week to discuss approval of a Pfizer vaccine for kids as young as 6 months old. That meeting got canceled unexpectedly, citing the need for more testing. Cole explained the emergency use authorization allows the FDA to overlook the concerns of mandating potentially dangerous vaccines on children.
Oh, good. That sounds great.
So the Emergency Act basically lets them off the hook. So you can't have a class action lawsuit filed against these people. They go, hey, it was an emergency. We had to throw everything we could at it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we killed a bunch of people, but
But we saved so many more.
so many. Yeah. So this just had to be done.
Collateral damage.
Yeah. When asked if they would, if the FDA would approve the emergency use authorization of the experimental vaccines for toddlers, he said they're all approved under an emergency, just because it's not as impactful as some of the other approvals. He said for experimental vaccines, efficacy data doesn't have to be as high. The standard for emergency use is that it does more benefit than harm. Yeah. When asked how he knows annual vaccines for toddlers will be approved, he said, just from everything I've heard, they're not going to not approve it. He went on to admit there's always a chance for long-term effects, especially with someone younger. Following the release of the video, the FDA released a statement. The person purportedly in the video does not work on vaccine matters and does not represent the views of the FDA. O'Keefe said he reached out to Cole for reaction, and the FDA exec said he does, in fact, work on the executive approvals of vaccines, and that he does work on the emergency approval.
Ah, okay.
So-
Well, they tried. They tried to just discredit that real quick. No, that guy's nobody. He's talking shit. He's trying to get laid.
He's been an exec at the FDA for 20 years. What does he know?
Yeah.
So, and all you need to know is one of those people, the person speaking on behalf of the Bowl of Soup administration, knew they were on camera talking to the American public, and one did not know they were on camera speaking to the American public.
Yeah. Which one do you think's telling the truth?
Yeah.
It's not too hard to see the difference.
So I wonder what happens to his gig.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
But sure.
It's amazing whenever you see these Project Veritas videos, I'm always amazed at the information they're just publicly spilling out when they don't know they're being recorded.
Yeah.
Like the CNN people are just howling, talking shit about how they know Trump's not guilty of all this stuff. But, who cares? It's just blatantly at a bar,
Yeah.
just shooting the shit at a table. It's like,
Proud of it.
yeah, proud
Proud
of
of
it.
it.
We're taking this motherfucker down,
Yeah.
that kind of shit. And, so it's just weird that these guys are this open about it and there's not more reporting on it.
Wow. That part's not odd.
It's not an accident.
No.
Let's
there's
just
very
say
few
that.
groups like them that have the balls to do it and the
Yeah.
platform to be able to do it.
And all you can really do is just call them alt-right or
Yeah, exactly. Try and discredit them.
find the one time in life James O'Keefe, told an inappropriate joke and then peg him as a Nazi.
Yeah.
I don't know what they'll do, but they'll do something to take these people down.
We'll try.
Yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to look in the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah. It's obvious.
Oh, what a world that would be.
Man, that's scary as shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mandating for all Americans.
Well, I mean, I wonder when, because where are we at right now? I mean, boosters are optional, right?
Yeah.
At this point. I mean, the masks and shit, it's already waning.
Yeah,
you know?
masks coming off. Even
The-
deep
the-
blue states are they're losing the masks.
Right. So I'm just curious
problem
of
is
how
we-
we get to that point to where, especially because I would be surprised if that does happen before the midterms. If they try to implement a mandate like that, an
Yeah.
annual mandate before the midterms, which that now gets us into late fall
Yeah.
of this year, which is, 6-8 months away now.
Right.
So how far down the road are we going to be? And then they're going to circle back and
Yeah.
then they'll say mandates that you have to have these every year. You're like,
And I don't know what they do. If
sure
they're
how-
just putting pressure on businesses to not admit anybody at a park, at a restaurant, at a bar,
that
if you
stuff's
haven't.
all loosening up. Those
Yeah,
restrictions
COVID's going away. I
Right.
mean, at least no, it's very contagious. It's massive all over the country, but there's literally not a soul dying from it.
Yeah.
From Omicron. I mean, maybe there's a couple. I shouldn't say that.
even
Because
that-
people are still dying. But
of the numbers we saw over the weekend.
yeah.
I think it was just for the state of Michigan or whatever, but it was 115 people died or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there was a little asterisk that said 100 after review.
Yeah.
So then they were able to go back, find some semblance of COVID,
Yeah.
and then just attribute it to it as a COVID death.
Right.
So 15 of them were legitimately COVID.
Right. Put
And
on a ventilator
and
or something.
100 more of them they were able to find
Upon
a way
further review.
to go back and they even had to put the disclaimer on there that
This
it was
is-
after review.
This is akin to going back now and going, oh, Bob Saget died of COVID.
Yeah.
Right? That's because we now know that he had COVID
Yeah.
when he died.
I bet
so
you
that
he's-
that would be under review. That would be an example of someone under review.
Exactly right. And I
just-
bet you he qualifies as a COVID death.
maybe.
If he had it when he died, I bet you he counts as a COVID death.
Yeah. Yeah. With a skull that looked like a 1,500 piece jigsaw puzzle that was just dumped out of the box.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. COVID death. So, weird. Weird.
Got to
But
get the
I don't-
numbers however you can get them, man.
I don't think this will go over well publicly.
Fear.
But they can't keep propping it up when the numbers are nosediving. They just can't. So they're either begging for a new strain. Like this level of power has never been matched in history. No. And so these people want to keep this going. This is incredible power that they have to lock shit down and force, a wedge between the country, who's masking, who's not,
Yeah.
Like that's incredible power, and it's politicized. I don't know how they push this through. I just think more and more Americans are going to wake up to the nonsense that so much of this is.
Yeah.
You and I don't even own a mask. We haven't walked around with a mask anywhere. Fine.
And I still have mine tucked upstairs because
I have it too.
I got a couple fucking cool ones that I got.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd and a Tool and things like that.
Yeah.
So I got those. I'm not getting rid of those. You never know.
Yeah.
But-
well, when you got to go to the doctor.
All my disposal
I
ones.
guess.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I keep one stashed in my car. It's filthy. It's never been washed. I will never wash it. I don't give a shit. I know it doesn't work, but You know, if I got to take Cece to the vet, I got to take Cece to the vet.
Yeah.
Can't take her in without it.
Apparently,
so-
you got to do it to go to the post office now. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they're smug as shit about it too. That fucking sign on the door at the post
Right, I
office.
told you. I just turned around and left. I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck my mail. I don't care.
Yeah,
you keep it. I don't give a shit."
We're talking about the TDC post office
Yeah.
box where
Yep.
people send us shit, and there's a note on the door that's like, if you don't have your mask on, turn around and go back to your car.
and get it. Yeah. It says if
No,
you-
it just says go back to your car or something like leave.
So yeah. All right.
And so
Cool.
it's like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Fine. This is literally one of the 2 places that the federal government can
do it.
Can
They-
do it.
They have that reach.
Yeah. Oh, we can make sure you wear it at the park. That's federal park, federal
Goodbye.
land.
Let me know when my box is overfilled.
Yeah. Call me. How about you just? I'll call ahead and you can just drop it on the porch. How about that?
Perfect.
You know, I can't get over these schools, T. I guess it's just about grooming a generation that they're trying to do. But the sexuality part, I guess it's just trying to get into that whole discussion of gender. I don't know why this is so fucking important to people.
Yeah. It seems
It's troubling.
it's way more front and center than I ever remember.
Yeah.
I mean, not that we're that old. Back in my day,
Well,
good old health class.
yeah.
But it seems like it's getting earlier and earlier, younger and younger.
Yeah.
And more in graphic or
Yeah.
detailed or involved.
And let's be clear, you and I are the furthest thing from prudes ever.
Speak for yourself.
You know, yeah, I'm speaking for you too. We are not prudes on any way.
Not
Don't
in
lump us.
any level.
I mean, you can't offend us with shit ever. So, like for us, but it just seems like I just spent a year and 6 months at least with 3 kids under the age of 7.
Yeah.
And I see how innocent they are. I see how inquisitive they are. They're very. The whole world revolves around them. They don't know shit. They're, you get little signs, they can communicate a little bit, but understanding concepts, they just don't have the brain power for it. They're learning to write and they're slow and it takes fucking 3 hours of tantrums to write a sentence out. It can be very frustrating trying to learn this stuff. And it's like the idea that you'd be inundating these kids with complex conversations about gender identity and sexual situations and preferences.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I'm sorry, it just feels so wrong.
It is. I mean, it is. On just about every level. That pizza topping thing we got into the other day.
Yeah.
Fucking blew my mind.
It's great fun for us.
Yeah,
mean,
right.
your
but when
kids
you,
are out
When you
of the
think of the
system.
reality of what the fuck that actually is and what's going on in our schools,
Yeah.
is horrifying.
Well, we got a new one today. The National Association of Independent Schools, referred to from here on out as the NAIS.
Okay, wait. Isn't there already an NAIS?
Them, probably.
I thought that was some. Oh no, NA. All right, never mind.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking of.
The Fauci thing. NA.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
IH.
Yeah.
NAIH, right?
Yeah. So this is a membership group that services more than 1,600 schools nationwide, and they're taking steps to encourage teachers to implement graphic sexual material into the curriculum. Footage and documents related to a nearly 1 hour long training at the group's Maine 2020 conference was obtained by Breitbart.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. More alt-right bullshit.
Well, it was not. Breitbart had nothing to do with it, though. That's important to note that this group mothers who care or something obtain this footage of what's going on behind the scenes at these board meetings and then send it to them.
MAP. Mothers Against Premature Porn.
Yeah, no, map's already taken. Minor attracted person T.
Well, I put another P in there.
Yeah, that's true.
MAPP, like MADD.
Yeah, I'll tell you what their name is as I get through the story. I can't remember what it is offhand, but yeah. The footage geared towards pre-K
What the fuck?
to 8th grade. Okay, pre-kindergarten is what, 4?
Like, yeah. I mean,
Kindergarten's 4, 5.
Yeah.
First grade is
I
6,
don't want to do
5
the
or
math
6.
on it, but yeah, it's
So pre-K, you're talking about 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds.
yeah.
Included a conversation about gender, sexuality, identity, and for instance, how educators should discuss penises and vagines.
Okay.
Starting in pre-K, we talk about their bodies, the parts that they were born with, about penises and vagines, and whether they make somebody a boy or a girl. This is to a 4-year-old,
Yep.
remember. But also their feelings. What do they feel like inside? Do they feel like a boy or a girl? What does their head say? Do their heart and their body match up? This sounds like tilting the scale one way, right?
Exactly.
Like these kids aren't asking these questions on their own.
Objection, Your Honor. Leading the witness.
Yeah, exactly. These kids are not going.
Are you sure? Are you positive? How could you really know?
Yeah, no
Well,
more
no,
than
I don't think so. But how could you know?
yeah,
Fuck off.
no more than the kid who's with his shitty parents, who's 4 or 5 years old and he's got a Trump hat on and he's waving an American flag, talking about how much he loves Trump.
Right.
Like that kid's just indoctrinated just as much.
Yeah.
He's been brainwashed. He doesn't know shit about politics.
Absolutely.
Neither does a 16-year-old for that matter.
Neither does the kid running around saying they want their fucking vaccine shots.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Right.
It's all part of the plan.
The educator who ran the lecture claimed that second grade students should learn about gender identity and specifically in terms of your head and your heart and your body parts matching up. And what happens if it doesn't? Fifth graders should be taught about gender identity, gender expression, and sexual orientation. The training stressed that accredited schools should make strides to derail against certain parental concerns about teaching the subject matter. Puritan speak, they called it. The lecturer referred to it as Puritan speak, relates to various phrases that parents might recite to oppose their kids learning this ideology. So we've got to come up with a defense. We're going to help you. So when parents say stuff like, that's my job
Yeah.
to teach my kids. That's one of the things we will help you with this curriculum, fight against.
Okay.
They're just not ready.
Oh.
There's too much too soon. They're too young to know that. Won't they lose their innocence? But what if my child isn't ready? But what if they tell other children? Don't you have to wait until they ask? But what if they keep on asking questions? You're just trying to put ideas in their head. So they've got a defense for all that. They've come up in a back room somewhere to a defense. So in other words, let's make all of those questions.
All absolutely legitimate questions that we're going to have predetermined answers for.
I wish your kids were like going into first grade right now.
I don't. Fuck no.
No, I
No,
know,
no.
but it'd be fun to see Papa T deal with this shit.
No. Yeah.
Like your kids got out just in time.
You don't talk to my kids about that stuff.
No.
I mean, on a clinical level, yes. And in all honesty, I do feel I'm conflicted a little bit because I feel like when we grew up back in our day,
Yeah.
there was people we went to school with that were fucking gay as shit.
Yeah.
But everybody was afraid to admit it
Come
or
out. Yeah,
come
yeah,
out
yeah.
or whatever. It was just a different time,
Yeah.
And people they weren't as educated about it and all that. And I could give a shit. You could look at the guy and go, fucking gay.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I didn't beat him up because he was gay. That
No.
was fine, And now looking back, I almost feel bad. Like those people had to lie to themselves. They had to hide who they were.
Poorly, but yes.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But so I'm in a way I am sort of for promoting the acceptance and education on a lot of that stuff, but not at that age, not at that level, So I'm torn somewhere in between. Like this is fucking ridiculous. Like especially pre-K and things like that. Like come on, no.
Yeah.
But even in the little bit of like sex ed or whatever the things that we had. It was never discussed. It was never addressed.
No.
Those issues were never even.
No.
I mean,
Don't you
not
think
at
the
all.
script is flipped though now, where if you come out in high school, you're a hero.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're
Well, it's 'cause
more
it's
popular
it's
than
being promoted.
right.
so
and
it's-
I have no problem with acknowledging. You know what? Some people are gay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. That I don't remember that as any part of the curriculum. I think that
Not
would
at
have
all.
stood out
Yeah.
because it was shocking at that time to be in 5th grade learning about penises and vaginas.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh, geez. And like I've said a million times, I thought my teachers were going to fuck in front of the class.
Yeah.
At that point.
That was so disappointing.
Yeah, it was. It was horrible. And Mr. Green getting it on with whatever. But that if you would have thrown in there, oh, and by the way, Mr. Green might also choose to butt fuck Mr. Johnson over here, your 5th hour, your 6th-hour
I
teacher.
think Mr. Johnson would have been doing the fucking, but
Maybe,
that's just me.
maybe. But that would have been a shockwave to my system.
Yeah.
So being able to discuss that and like, hey, this is how society works. This is how human beings work. Totally on board with that. When you start asking a kid like, what's in your heart? How do you feel? Do you feel like you're a boy or a girl? Maybe you don't feel like you're in the right thing. Like that's indoctrination. That's way over the line to me. at a way early when they are the most impressionable.
Right.
Like they're parents to them at that
Yeah.
point. Like you need to look out for them, protect them. You know, that's your job, is just to getting them to a point where they can maybe fly out of the nest. They're so not ready at that age.
No.
Not at all.
No,
And
just still
so-
figuring it out. You know,
Yeah. You know,
trying to understand all of it and themselves.
this was my favorite part of this story. In one part of the training, an educator described how she accidentally taught pre-K children about the vulva and the labia, which made them horrified, the children,
Oh my
shocked.
See that with their pictures.
But the teacher said that her colleagues should be kind to yourself when making such mistakes. Oh,
Yeah.
you
Oops, but that was a mistake.
mistake.
That you got caught.
Yeah.
That somebody called you out on it.
I
Is how you got.
accidentally taught the 4-year-olds about the vulva, and they were like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Can we go back to nap time now?
Listen, I'm pretty sure there's women out there that fully support teaching guys where the clitoris is at an early age, so
Yeah.
they can find it.
That's fine. That's fine. An informal group called Undercover Mothers. It's not bad.
Not bad.
It's not bad.
Undercover brother.
Sent the outlet Breitbart the information. It is a network of parents seeking to protect kids from the abuse being inflicted by schools and the cartels of the Regional and National Association of Independent Schools. They say private schools affiliated with NAIS have implemented enrollment contract sections that bar parents from having strong disagreement with curricula or policy or else risk kicking a student right out of school. The parent or guardian approval will not be a prerequisite for respecting a student's gender identity, and the school shall accept the gender identity that each student asserts, no matter what. The mothers also brought in some of the stuff that was flyers that were being distributed throughout the school. One is of an image of a pansexual whale, alluding to a whale that is attracted to whales of all genders. So now we're getting into the whales that don't identify as male or female.
Yeah, give him something to identify.
And another is of an asexual whale, which defines a whale that does not feel sexual attraction to other whales.
Okay.
Yeah, because you would know that for sure. In an article in the Wall Street Journal last week, 2 education activists described their horror at watching about 100 hours of leaked footage from NAIS training. No longer are private schools focused primarily on teaching critical thinking, fostering intellectual curiosity, and rewarding independent thought. Their new mission is to train a vanguard of activists to lead the charge in tearing down the foundations of society, reminiscent of Maoist China's Red Guard. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
You know, you do. I don't know what to tell parents. I would get my kid out of the public school system. Homeschooling always seemed like the weird kid. There was one kid in the neighborhood who was homeschooled.
Now it's now
Should
they're
be
weird if they're
mandatory.
not.
Yeah, I would get my kids out of that thing. You do not want to raise a child who's only equipped to become a victim throughout the rest of their life.
It's almost the way they're setting them up.
Yeah. You know, fuck all the higher education stuff. Let's just make them all activists who want to tear down the whole system. I don't get it. I don't understand what the
Why don't we teach them math? And how to do
Racist.
taxes.
racist.
Yeah. And how to fix a car.
I don't know what the end game is. What is their end game? Are these people just Marxists, communists that don't believe in the American dream, the American system, and want to tear the whole system down?
I don't know.
Is it being falsely reported, and I'm buying into that?
I don't know. I really don't have any clue what the end game on this thing is. Where it ends, where we are. I don't even know where the fuck we're at now.
I know.
You know?
But to me, I look at it without a dog in the fight. I admit, I know parents are totally different with their kids.
We still live in this world.
I still live in this world, and I can't
And we have to worry
find a
about our next
rationalization.
generation.
Yeah, they're going to grow up lickety split and take over stuff.
Yep.
And I can't figure out a rationalization where you would justify discussing those topics with pre-kindergartners and actively seek to keep parents out of that decision making.
Yeah,
I just don't understand who made that decision. Where is this person that's making this call on behalf of all Americans?
That's where they're going to fuck this up. Is fucking with kids.
Yeah.
And when you start fucking with kids, the parents are going to take the power back. eventually.
I hope so.
We'll see. I mean, the problem is that there's so many of them that just support it. Like,
Yeah.
this is so great. This is
Yeah.
so great. So great.
Then take these kids out of school.
Yeah.
The ones that
And they
don't
might.
support it.
They may be.
Yeah.
And then that
Would
just
you have been able to
furthers-
do that,
it
though?
just furthers the divide.
No, I know, but it sends a message, more importantly. Maybe you got to do that for a couple years for people to shape the fuck up.
But maybe that's what they want. Maybe they
Maybe.
want a fucking
Super
duopoly. Yeah, maybe they want a dual fucking society.
Yeah.
It's what it seems like it.
Yeah.
It seems like the full segregation that they want.
Yeah.
The left and the right just right in two, man.
How realistic would that have been for you when your kids were at that age? Like, oh, we're going to homeschool them now. Would that have been a reality that you could have even done? Like, I got to think most parents are in a position where no way they could do that.
Well, I mean, technology is a lot different now. I mean, there's so much more available now than then. I mean, back when my kids were young, I mean, we were on fucking AOL discs, to get internet,
Right.
I mean, you could still get books, not that you couldn't learn from books, but now you have the world at your fingertips,
Right.
curriculums, things like that you can just have that information right there. How to fucking teach my 9-year-old, bang.
Yeah.
Then it would have been a little more difficult. But I promise you, if, especially with the mentality of my ex-wife, had some things gone against her beliefs hard enough,
Yeah.
absolutely.
She would have yanked them.
Well, I mean, and not necessarily maybe homeschool, but to a private school or a different school, something along those lines, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I
I guess
would
when
do
it comes to your kids, parents will do whatever it takes.
whatever
they
the
have
fuck it
to.
takes. Yeah, absolutely.
See, it's a hard concept for me to get, honestly, without
we got them out
kids.
of there. If there was another option that we could put them into, then that probably would have been the way to go. If for whatever reason there was no other option of what they could do that was satisfactory,
Yeah.
then by all means, they'll
Yeah.
go homeschool them.
Like,
Then
it's,
they'd be the weird fucking kids.
no, they wouldn't.
Well,
It's funny because I talked to G about this, and he was telling me, like, because this is a concept I fight in my own head. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like every parent is so proud of their kid. Like, G's like, dude, the moment Marshall came into the world, I would literally murder you to help him.
Yep.
Like, for real. I'm not even kidding. I'd kill my own brother to protect Marshall from any harm. Like, that's how fucking deep it goes, the love. Like, it's like you do anything for your kids.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's a concept that's just kind of lost on me.
Fair.
I mean, it just is. Now, I would murder anybody for Marshall, Reed, Madison. Now, I get that sort of a little bit, but it's still
It's still not even on that level.
no,
not even close.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell. You guys aren't lying. You're not all lying.
No.
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 The bond is real.
It is.
Kids can be cunts.
Oh, big time.
Big time.
Oh, they're
Assholes.
assholes. I'll
Yeah.
be the first one to tell you they're fucking assholes.
Yeah.
But that's my asshole.
Yeah.
You fuck around and find out. I'll tell you that right now. But that's my asshole. I'll deal with it, not
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Bob Saget.
He's still dead?
He's still dead.
Okay.
He
just
gone.
checking.
So the family on yesterday filed a lawsuit
I saw that.
to block the release of records from the investigation of his sudden death at the age of 65. For those living under a rock, he was found dead January 9th in an Orlando hotel room. February 9th, his family said he had died of head trauma, saying they have concluded that he accidentally hit the back of his head on something, thought nothing of it, and went to sleep. February 11th, the chief medical examiner of Orange and Osceola County in Florida
Yeah, Osceola.
said that Saget had serious skull fractures. One analyst looking at the report said the injuries were consistent with being hit with a baseball bat or falling 30 feet. I would think 30 feet falling would do way more damage than a blow from a baseball bat.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
not necessarily. Man,
No.
baseball bat. Fucking do some damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Make a
I used
bad
to be able to do that so good.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck it.
On Tuesday, Saget's widow, Kelly Rizzo, and his 3 daughters petitioned to stop the release of further info about Saget's death, which was ruled an accident, no foul play suspected. They sought an injunction against the medical examiner's office, Orange County Sheriff, to prevent the release of any records, photographs, video, audio recordings, and protected autopsy info related to his death. Plaintiffs will suffer irreparable harm in the form of extreme mental pain, anguish, and emotional distress if defendants release the record in response to public record requests or otherwise disseminate the records for any other reason or purpose.
What? That seems odd to me.
Well,
in a way.
I understand why they'd want privacy.
Yeah,
Like it's not our business, but
I mean, it's no different than anybody else. Every fucking celebrity
Yeah.
is, it's always the way it's always been.
Yeah.
You know, it just comes with the territory.
yeah.
And it just seems like, okay, if it was accidental and was no big deal, what's the real issue here?
Yeah. He's not coming back.
Right.
I would think the family would want to know, like, because they released photos of, I don't know if it's his actual room or just another room at the Ritz-Carlton or in
Just
Orlando, but
a
type of
stock
room-
photo.
yeah, of a room that he would have been in. And they showed the bed, king-size bed with padding and then a headboard. And I'm sorry, I don't want to, like, I don't buy it. I don't buy the guy hit his head on the headboard and fucking died and did that much damage to his skull. It's not believable.
No.
It's just not.
We called that out the first time we heard it. Just like something's off, man.
Yeah.
Like something's not right.
And I imagine, like getting punched in the temple can kill you.
Yeah.
So I was kind of going along those lines, like, oh, I guess anything's possible. You bump your head in the right spot.
Be something, right? You get an
Brain bleed.
aneurysm or
Yeah.
a blood clot, something like that, and you die in your sleep. Like it's possible, but then now you hear the fucking
The extent of the damage. I mean, his whole skull was crushed in.
insane.
Yeah. Health experts are now asking just how thoroughly his death was investigated and what might have caused such a significant blow to the head. It's also COVID positive. I think what it reveals more than anything else is this is not a simple bump on the head. Dr. Gavin Britz, the chair of neurosurgery at Houston Methodist, said, "This is something I find with someone with a baseball bat to the head or someone who fell from 20, 30 feet. They were not only were Saget's fractures widespread, but in particularly thick parts of the skull. This is really odd. Makes you wonder about the thoroughness of the original investigation at the scene and suggests there may have been foul play involved in his death, despite people ruling it an accident. No wrongdoing found. Something doesn't make sense given the severe head injury."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that just seemed like such a weird thing to be able to come out, especially before the autopsy,
Yeah.
really, and come out and say, well, we think he just bumped his head and didn't think anything of it. Like, how are you getting into his mindset?
Yeah.
Of
that
what-
seemed weird too.
Yeah, like
I
it's just
agree.
like, well, yeah, no, he just bumped his head, didn't think anything of it, went to bed.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it seems a bit speculative.
I'd like to know where he was found. Was he tucked neatly into bed? Like, because if you're going to use that logic, he didn't think anything of it and went to bed. That would make him seem like he was in his jams, didn't think anything of the
Yeah,
bump on
right.
his head, and crawled under the covers.
Yep, slippers all nice and neat on the side of the bed.
Yeah.
Wake up call for 6:30.
Yeah.
But
Or, if it was found splayed out unconscious in the bathtub where he clearly slipped on a slippery tile and smashed his head against
well, I think that would be different if you was found like where it would have happened, right? Like falling out of the tub, of
hit
the
the
shower,
porcelain
the bathroom.
tub and,
Right.
yeah.
But even that, I mean, generally, that would. It's crazy that it didn't bleed. The head bleeds so easily.
Yeah.
When you hit it like that, just because the skin's so thin up there, man.
Yeah.
It bleeds. It bleeds a lot.
Yeah.
So for that to have happened and not have any blood is weird. Like I said, that was the only reason I kind of thought that maybe that it was so easy to dismiss.
Yeah.
No foul play. If you just walk in, and he's just tucked in, just died in his sleep. And we look at it and go, well, maybe he OD'd. Well, we'll do the toxicology. Let's wrap him up, get him out of here.
Yeah.
No sign of foul play. Everything's in order. His wallet, his keys, his watch are here.
Yeah.
Door wasn't blown open. No reason to suspect anything is afoot.
Yeah.
So, and then we do the autopsy. We do that because the first thing that came out was the toxicology. Nope,
Yeah.
no drugs, no anything in the system. Wasn't an OD. Like, okay, well, fuck, shit, that's even weirder.
Yeah.
Now, that would have been that was my go-to.
I feel empathy for the family. Of
course.
I get why they would want that. You wouldn't want horrific details about a loved one being out there.
But these
At
aren't
the- at the
horrific
s-
details. That's the weird thing about it.
Well, fractured skull in all these places. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Here's the side of it. And I think you sort of alluded to it. Bob Saget is a public figure of extreme nature.
Yeah.
You're talking about first ballot Hall of Famer, A-list celebrity. His whole life has been in the public eye.
Yeah.
So it sort of comes with the territory. I understand the feelings of the family, but you know what? someone slips in the bathroom, smashes their head or on a headboard, whatever, and it's Joe fucking Blow from down the street, it barely makes the papers, and it's gone in 24 hours. This dude's not going anywhere, and it's just going to fuel more conspiracy theories
Right.
as you go forward. If you're not open about this and go, yeah, all of a sudden, you know what, maybe we didn't look hard enough at this. Let's get some security footage going on and see if anyone else was in that room. Or at least come out and go, you know what, we've re-examined this. He slammed his head on the porcelain tub. You know, that's where he was found,
Yeah.
and it's consistent with this sort of injury. And then you could move on.
It
But
sounds like he was in bed. I mean, that from
Yeah.
the original reports, he was found in bed. I mean, I remember that verbatim, but that was my opinion of it.
yeah, oh yeah,
So-
that's exactly what they said, basically.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. And it just seems, blatantly negative. Even if you don't suspect foul play, I mean, how do you not at least go back and check the footage?
Yeah.
Just in basic.
You don't think the Ritz-Carlton is going to have?
Oh, I mean, right.
I
I
mean,
mean,
they're
every
gonna
floor,
every
every
floor.
hallway, every stairwell, everything.
Yep.
I mean, how do you not just on the most basic level of investigating, just to
Yeah.
check all the
Let's see who was
boxes,
on this
cover your
floor.
bases. Let's make sure nobody came or went.
Yeah,
See if anybody saw or heard anything, even.
yeah.
So, and maybe they did. Maybe nobody was there. I don't know. I can't guarantee they didn't.
Yeah, but it'd be an easy box to check to say we've scrolled through
it seems like
footage,
pretty basic.
and you could even put out video of Bob checking into the room, opening the door, and then fast forward through the video. You don't see him again.
Yep.
You don't. There's nothing gruesome, and you go, nobody entered that room.
Yep.
At all. He was found at 6 a.m. or whatever,
Yep.
and he got in at 10 p.m. or 11, whatever it was.
Whatever
and
happened in there alone.
Here's a time
When they
lapse
never know.
video. We've scrolled it all. You're gonna have to take our word, but
But it's quick speculation of, he bumped his head and just went to bed not thinking anything
yeah,
of it. Like,
seems shitty.
it did seem a little off. Like,
Yeah. Cameron Bure, Candace Bure, whatever.
whatever the fuck her name was. Yeah.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking
Daughter.
about. Yeah,
The show.
on the show, exactly. She's married to Pavel Bure, Kirk Cameron's
Yeah. Candace
sister.
Cameron.
Candace Cameron Bure. Thank you. She was on Fox. I saw it. It's in the story's been picked up all over. So, but she apparently was on Fox News this morning, giving an interview, and she was kind of dancing around it a little bit, just like, oh, talking about Bob and what a great guy he was, I guess. But said, unfortunately, these new details that have come back open up a lot more questions than before.
Yeah.
And
She said that,
She
or-
said that.
yeah, okay.
You know, and so it was like, and then quickly moved on. Like that was the headline.
Yeah.
That she said something along those lines that it certainly, makes you ask more questions than answers
Something,
or something
yeah.
like that. So even someone on the inside who is very close with his family
Yeah.
said, so I don't know. It's interesting. I know you don't give a shit about celebrities.
I mean, not overall.
Yeah.
They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else.
Yes, they
but,
do.
I've never understood the fascination with celebrity deaths, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
They're known
I
to
liked
all.
Saget. Yeah, he was a good dude.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't have any more fucking love lost for him when he's dead than anybody else
Yeah.
necessarily.
It's cold, but yeah. I get it.
Oh, why?
No, it's not.
I'm
It's-
sorry. Did you know him personally?
I've met him a few times, but no, not known personally.
All right.
Let me see what you think of this. This is a Valentine story. Lighten it up a little bit.
Alrighty.
California man.
Yeah.
He's unfianced.
Okay.
Okay. And so he posted on TikTok a video of an envelope with wads of cash in it, like $360.
Those are wads.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay.
a stack of 20s to make up whatever, to
All
make
right.
up $360. And he set it aside last year for Valentine's gift for his fiance. And he decided to take away $1 for every day she raised her voice at him.
Okay. I see the 360 for the day.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm getting it.
So what do you think was left over after a year?
Oh, like $40.
$40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Really?
So he's like, bitch, you get chocolates and some roses, and that's it.
Yeah.
And
you
People
coulda
are all
had.
pissed off at him.
What hit him? Fuck. What do you mean at him? Fuck you.
Well, he must be doing something to make her yell all the time.
or she's a cunt.
That could be. Last year, I put $360 away for my fiance's Valentine's gift, but I took away $1 every day she yelled at me. He showed off an envelope labeled Valentine's Day 2022. It was originally the clip they show the wads of cash or whatever, and then the clip cut to him removing some of the money and putting it in a different envelope, which had the words "Treat yourself, King."
Attaboy. Yeah. All right. Hey. Exactly right.
So now her gift limit is $40, and I saved myself $320.
What you gonna get yourself there, Playboy?
I don't know. Some thought it was clever. I think it's clever.
I think it's
a great idea.
Yeah. I like this incentive-based stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
It's a fake holiday.
You're on
so-
notice now.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, we're going to do this again for 2023.
Yeah. See how we do.
Let's see how we do.
Yeah. You know, I mean, this could be Pavlov's dog 2020 version.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Ring that bell a little bit.
Uh-huh.
See if you've learned anything.
Absolutely right.
It's time to find a new girl if she's yelling at you 300 days of the year, dog, someone said. Save $360 instead by breaking up with her. Someone else said, yelling at someone 320 days of the year is not normal. If she yelled at you 320 days a year, I don't think she's the one, but that's just me. Others were critical of Isaac, is his name. Some men don't deserve women. I hope she finds someone that gives her more than doing petty things to take away from the relationship. Yeah. Another added, like you don't give her reasons to yell.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
of course.
that's a bold statement.
Yeah,
Because
of
I've had
course.
some girlfriends that did a lot of yelling, and I did not give them reasons to yell.
Yeah.
I'm as fucking
will happen.
non-confrontational as they come. I might sound like a blowhard on a microphone, but I am a pussy, and I do not give women reason to fucking scream and go off the top.
Sure.
And I've dated some that just did just that.
It's just their thing.
Yeah.
I've had some yellers in my day.
Why'd you do something worth yelling? What y'all concerned about him taking away his money from a Valentine's Day gift? She still has $40. You can do so much with $40. Someone else fired back.
I don't know about so much,
So
but
much?
okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Making lemonade out of lemons, lemons out of lemonade. You know, in that case, $40.
Yeah, fair. That'll get you a dozen roses and a box of chocolates.
Sure. It's not bad. That's fine.
That should be good enough.
Yep. Little card, perhaps.
Surprised she gets that. If you listen, bitch yells at me 320 days a year. You ain't getting fucking cards and roses.
Yeah.
If you yell at me more than you don't,
Yeah.
get out of here.
I know.
You know?
It'd be nice to know some more details about it, like how, like what level of yelling did it have to get to take $1 away? Like, Isaac, dinner's on. Does that count as yelling?
Probably not. I mean, that would be petty, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we're give him the benefit of the doubt that it's
Yes, that
cunty
it's something
behavior.
that's got to be at least mildly twattish.
Would you turn that TV off?
Yeah.
Is that cunty?
Yeah. Well, depending on the situation, you know.
Yeah.
If she was trying to work and I was playing, my TV was too loud and it was distracting her,
Yeah.
then okay, maybe. If
But
she's just
you don't think just hey, hon, could you turn that down a little bit? I'm trying to work.
yeah. Everybody communicates.
Would
in
you
different
turn that down? I'm trying to work.
ways. Yeah. $1. $1.
Yeah, $1. I wonder if he did that just once a day, if she yelled that day, or if it was like she lost $10 on a Tuesday for being a cunt all day.
Oh well, yeah.
You know.
Well, I see. I think it was based on a day, based on his $360, 365 days in a year. I think it was every day he took $1 out for
Right.
if she raised. I don't think it was. I don't think she blew the wad in one day. Just
Yeah.
one fucking tirade.
Yeah, just wouldn't shut up, and he's just
Just skimming them off
Do
into the
you,
other
King?
envelope.
the other envelope. The do you, King?
Yep.
Whatever that thing said.
Fuck yeah.
This new, you want to do a read, T?
Sure.
do a read.
Why don't I do that? Because you know, in today's complex financial environment, like $40 for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Timely insights and prudent guidance are essential to effectively manage your money and work towards your goals. Mark and Jay at LPL Financial can help you develop an investment strategy to address your needs and aspirations. Call them today and tell them you're a friend of the show for a no cost, no obligation consultation. 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark or Jay.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
I got a little cocky there. I didn't go with the glasses.
Yeah. I wouldn't dream of it.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't read a word on the paper.
Yep.
Not a word.
It's getting worse.
And it's getting worse. New York's new mayor, Eric Adams, I don't think he's going to last very long.
No.
No. He's a black guy, former cop.
I thought he had a shot. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Well,
resume anyway.
he ran on crime rates are out of control. I'm going to come in and clean this up. I'm a former cop.
Yeah.
A black guy.
Yeah.
From the area. And
Checks
people
a lot
were
of boxes.
A lot of boxes. And they knew what a dipshit, what's his name was? Bill
Oh, yeah.
Blasio. And so it was like, well, hopefully he's liberal, but, he's been on the law enforcement side. This dude's flaking out already.
He's
been
crumbling
there
under the pressure, I
a
think.
fucking week, and it's crystal clear. Like, there's a problem. He's blaming the DA. He's blaming the people. He's blaming the reporters. And he went off, and he's playing the race card. Fuck, dude.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he's already playing the race card, but 2 weeks into his fucking run as mayor, and badly. This is not going to go well for him, I'm telling you. He said that white reporters and editors were misinterpreting stories about his fight to crack down on woke state bail reform laws after his trip to Albany on Monday. He met with Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart Cousins and Carl Heastie to discuss removing the cash bail system as the city faces a 40% surge in crime in a year. Since Biden's been in office, since a bowl of soup's been there, 40% increase. He claimed the meeting was constructive, His visit was described as totally unsuccessful. After assembly members said they would hold the line on bail reforms and announced that revisiting the law would likely not be included in this year's annual budget, the former cop, who was endorsed by both the Daily News and the New York Post in his run for mayor, said, "I went to the assembly conference. People raised the issues that they had, and we talked. Black mayor, black speaker, black majority leader, coming together and talking to each other."
Gross.
Yeah. And if you would have turned on the news this morning, you would have said it was all hell up there. He suggested the negative coverage was due to the disconnect between New York City's second black mayor and white reporters and editors.
That's the problem.
And he threatened to stop speaking to the press and no longer accept off-topic questions if the negative coverage persisted.
Okay, bowl of soup.
Yeah, you're an idiot. It's not going to work. I'm not saying it out of hate. I'm saying it out of love.
No, yeah.
I'm a black man. That's the mayor. But my story is being interpreted by people who don't look like me. We got to be honest about that.
Okay.
Okay, so
We're going off the words coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
The actions coming out of your office.
right.
We're not really a lot of interpretation
Yeah.
there.
This is such a lazy response. Like,
Yeah.
I look out at this room and I don't see people who look like me.
So
Okay.
you're the problem, not me.
Right. So it's their fault. They're misinterpreting things. No, they're hammering you about crime rates that haven't been seen in decades
Yeah.
in New York City.
And that's saying something.
How many blacks are on editorial boards? How many blacks determine how these stories are being written? And this, I love when they do this, when they pile all the other groups in. So basically what he's saying is fuck off, whitey.
Uh-huh.
That's like if we grab up all the minorities, we have a much bigger voice. So how many Asians? How many East Asians? How many South Asians? Everyone talks about my government being diversified. What's the diversification in the newsrooms? You're not writing for people who were almost homeless like me. You're not writing for people who were arrested or beaten by police officers. You're not writing stories for those who are dealing with high crime. You're writing things from your prisons. And I'm not saying this to attack. Really?
No, not at all.
Not at all? Not a little attack? Feels like an attack.
It's a bit critical.
But my administration is going to be about saying the obvious that other people are not comfortable saying. Discomfort is growth. He also called on media outlets to diversify their newsrooms. Hey, how about you focus on your job?
Yeah.
Cleaning up the crime problem, which is why you got elected in New York City.
Exactly.
Don't worry about what the newsrooms are doing.
Newsrooms.
Like, seriously, dude, you're going off the deep end. So he wants more reporters and editors of color so they would tell his version of the story better. So you want cucks in there who are going to cover for you.
Yep, exactly right.
You want people that look like you that'll kind of fist bump you and wink, wink. We'll spin a different narrative.
We'll make it look good. Don't worry.
Yeah.
No matter how shitty it is.
Yeah, no matter how awful it is, because that's what you're basically asking for.
Yep.
That's why I'm covered the way I'm covered. We really need to stop distorting the news.
Oh, fake news, perhaps?
Yeah, it's just
He gets to be critical of the news, but the news doesn't get to be critical of him.
right. Doesn't work that way.
That's this goddamn hypocrisy we keep
Yeah.
seeing rearing its ugly
It's
head.
just crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Should we pull up some pictures?
Oh boy, I can't wait.
I apologize. This just seemed like a story up our alley. I'm going to apologize in advance. Looks like you need to reload that. See?
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
I see Tooch is here. Tooch, come sit on the couch. You won't be on camera.
Duchy.
Over here.
Yeah, I'm still on it,
No, you're not disrupting
buddy?
shit. Jump on a mic if you want, son.
Come on in. We're gonna need your opinion on this anyway. Here, I gotta figure out what happened. I got an oopsie thing up here.
Can you reload it?
I think so. How do I? This one? Let's try that.
Yep. That should work. Okay.
All right.
So I'll start laying the work and then we'll get to it.
Uh-huh.
A model has made history by becoming the first person with Down syndrome to ever pose for Victoria's Secret. Puerto Rican model and activist Sophia Jarrao. She's 25.
Uh-huh. Try to get to there.
She announced she is taking part in the campaign for the American lingerie brand's new Love Cloud collection of comfortable everyday underwear. She captured the fashion industry's attention when she made her catwalk debut at New York Fashion Week in February of 2020, and her career has been building momentum ever since. She said posing for Victoria's Secret is a dream come true, but online commenters admitted to feeling mixed emotions over the campaign and raised concerns over sexualizing an individual with Down syndrome.
Hey, they can still be hot. I mean,
Well, we've talked about it before.
yeah.
Well, it usually looks like someone you've seen before.
Yeah.
You can't put your finger on it, but you feel like you've seen that guy before, that girl before.
Yeah.
You know, there's kind of a
Some
classic.
similarities. Yes.
Yeah. This girl doesn't necessarily look in that photo.
In this one, no, this is a very flattering picture and great rack.
Yeah.
Great rack.
Can you
I don't-
say that about someone with Down?
I think so. Oh shit!
I know
Hold
we
on.
have some
Hold on.
listeners with
Hold on.
Down
Hold on.
syndrome
Let me-
kids.
Let me switch this over. Okay, so now everybody can actually see.
So if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see the.
Now we can, yeah.
Yeah.
Great rack. I mean, but I don't think the downy stuff affects the booby part and the goody parts. I think it affects the eyes and some of the facial stuff.
Okay.
You know what?
I cast the lure. I'm the one that's got to fucking pull this fish back in.
Well, no, I
apparently.
don't think that affects you. I mean,
Do you
maybe.
think that's creative editing there? And
I think that it. Well, I mean, we can take some other pictures and then figure that out. I don't think that's. It might be a bit touched up.
the Love Cloud is a new initiative for the lingerie brand. They're scrambling. You know, I mean, their CEO a few years ago, came out, was like, "Look, we're not putting fatsos in our fucking catalog. Get out of here." I think he literally said fatsos and trainers
Oh,
or
boy.
something. He didn't literally, but he basically said,
did, yeah.
And so they're trying to claw back from that kind of place where, you know, so they're trying to claw back credibility with a string of initiatives, such as the first mastectomy bra.
What? Oh, when you got fake titties in there when it's
No,
when your
when you
boobies
lose
gone?
one to
Yeah.
cancer,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they got a fake one built in.
or it's just, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no problem with that. Nobody
Right.
wants a one lopsided thing.
Right.
Nobody wants a oney.
Racially diverse models promoting underwear in different skin tones. Okay. And hiring transgender beauty, Valentino Sampaio, after being criticized for its lack of diversity. They were once branded as transphobic, fat-phobic company that sets out to exclude most women. Yes.
Most.
Yes, they're very brand specific,
Yeah.
targeting smoking hot chicks.
Generally, yes.
Like that's like going to the M&M store and complaining they don't have cigarettes, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, M&M store? Why don't you carry cigarettes? Well,
Yeah.
we're pretty specific with our brand. We have hard-shelled chocolates.
That's it.
And Victoria's Secret just catered to smoking hot chicks.
Smoking hot chicks.
Yeah, something to aspire
the
to,
hottest
sweetheart.
of all time.
Yeah.
That's the Mount Rushmore of hot chicks.
You
what
want
they've
someone to
put together.
make you a fucking panties bottom that says daddy issues on the ass?
No, thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that at Victoria's Secrets. It'll be a size S.
Yeah.
Or a size 0, and it says daddy issues on the ass.
Yeah.
It's great. Celebrating the news of her campaign on Instagram, she said, "One day I dreamed of it. I'm not going to do a voice or anything.
No? Okay.
No. I worked on it, and today it is a dream come true. I can finally tell you my big secret. I am the first Victoria's Secret model with Down syndrome." Sharing the black and white picture we saw at first. And she's modeling the brand. "Thanks to all you for always supporting me in my projects." Okay, what do you...
So now it makes me think there might have been some touch-up. Rack doesn't look quite as great there.
It still
Not
looks
bad.
fine.
It's not bad. It's not
still looks
bad.
fine.
But that, we look a little confused now.
Well, I mean, she's got Down syndrome. I mean, it's
yeah.
not... What else do you got?
Okay. And good for her. She's
Yeah.
out there killing it, representing the Down world.
The question is, if you're gonna be hot,
Yeah.
Great Rack, and be a public
You
figure...
can say Great Rack. It's okay.
Yeah. Is she
a great rack.
dateable? Can we date her?
Well, I mean, that depends on a lot of other
I mean,
factors.
what are the rules?
I don't know how verbally coherent is she?
Well, I was wondering who wrote this post.
Yeah.
Maybe she did. I don't know.
Maybe.
Her No Limits campaign called Sin Limitis focuses on raising awareness about Down syndrome. I think we're pretty aware of it
Yeah. Well.
for the most part.
Well,
right?
but see, I mean, listen. So there's that, and then
like a
there's that,
choice.
right? I mean, like, so there's varying levels of it. It's not all it's Down.
Yeah. She hoped the move would inspire other people living with Downs to meet their goals.
Hey, I'm all for it, man. I mean, if Corky taught us anything, is
Yeah.
that you can be
A
fucking.
paper boy.
And if he aspired to be a paper boy, then he fucking killed it.
Yeah, he did.
Absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
Right? Look, she's yoked right there.
She is pretty yoked.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm just wondering what the rule is, because she seems very active.
Yeah.
Is she on some? Is there a spectrum?
I would believe that's what I'm saying. I think there's varying levels
Yeah.
of how far down your down is.
Right.
But I don't know what the term is, but how functioning you are.
I don't think it's what you just said.
Well, it's got to be close.
I don't
I
think,
think
so.
it's, yeah, there's up and there's down.
Yeah.
But
So is this the smartest kid in special ed we're talking about?
hottest, I don't know about smartest.
Well, I mean, when you're talking about spectrumy varying degrees,
Yeah.
do you want to be the dumbest kid in regular school or the smartest kid in special ed?
That's a great question. It's a question for the ages, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like being the tallest midget.
Yeah,
Is that,
right.
is that what you want to be?
Yeah.
I mean,
The shortest not midget blows. The
Yeah.
tallest midget, not so bad.
yeah. Or,
Not
well,
as bad.
depends.
Why?
Isn't that a bad thing in the midget community? Aren't they frowned upon for being?
Yeah, if you're creeping into that 4'5"
Yeah.
area or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
and they
yeah.
get all pissed off because
Yeah.
they're 3'2".
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know.
Victoria's Secret. I was reading this. I found some of this kind of interesting. We'll see what you think. They were founded in 1977 by a creep named Roy Raymond.
Yeah. Way to go, Roy.
Yeah, good work, Roy. He set up a small chain of. It doesn't end well for Roy. I'm just going to tell you.
No.
No. It does not end well for
It's a
Roy.
fucking multi-gajillion-dollar industry right now. And
Oh, for someone other than Roy, yeah.
Roy fucked it up.
Roy fucked it up royally.
Damn it, Roy.
Only like Roy can.
Yeah. Well,
He set up a small chain of boudoir lingerie shops when he could find no man-friendly women's stores. I don't know what that even means.
so the guy couldn't go into the
Yeah,
store.
the
Is that what he
Wayne
means?
Bryants of the world.
Well,
In '82, he sold the company to a clothing magnate, Les Wexner, for $1 million,
oh,
a fraction of its current value.
yeah.
He later committed suicide by jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I
mean,
told
that-
you it
if-
didn't end well for Roy.
Well, man, that's an epic way to go down.
Yeah.
That's
Lots
no
of people
pun
do that.
intended.
Yeah, yeah. He chose the name Victoria after Queen Victoria. Sounded refined,
Sounds weird.
and added secret to refer to what was hidden under the clothes. It's a great name,
yeah.
Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
I get it. You
Was,
wanted to be
was
a
Queen
little...
Vicky rocking some shit under there that we don't know about?
No, it sounded fucking royalty.
Yeah.
You know, Victoria's
Yeah.
Secret.
It stuck.
Yeah. It worked.
Yeah, they didn't change it after Roy fucking took the plunge.
No, no. Eventually, hundreds of stores opened up coast to coast, but it was the launch of the Victoria's Secret's first blatantly sexy catwalk show at the Plaza Hotel in New York in '95, which blew the roof off.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
broadcast on TV to 185 countries. Millions tuned in to see Naomi Campbell, Helena Christensen, Tyra Banks,
Yeah.
among others,
you go.
stripped to the bare essentials.
They got some here on the back end. I didn't want to take away from her glory, but we'll get it back into
Yeah.
some of the goats
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Leilani.
Ooh.
That's who the hell's
Bella
that?
Hadid.
Yeah, that's Bella. That's what that one is. There's Heidi.
Oh,
big
fuck yeah.
fan. Big
Yeah.
fucking fan of Heidi.
Yeah.
Yeah, still right now. I'm at 80. I'd fucking bang
Yeah.
Heidi. God damn. Tyra. There you go. Those are the goats.
Recent years have been more challenging.
I mean,
They're-
it's same. Totally same. All of them. Just no
Yeah.
different.
no different.
No different.
Whoa. Okay. Inclusive.
Very.
The lingerie giant's parent company, L Brands, confirmed in 2019 that its famous show would not take place, part of a move to evolve the messaging of the company. Came a year after marketing chief Ed Razek said the brand would not cast plus size or transsexual models because the show is a fantasy. So that basically says no fat chicks. And
Yeah. No fat chicks, no bozos, right?
Yeah. In 2020, more than 100 models signed an open letter to the CEO calling for him to take action of their culture of misogyny and abuse.
Abuse.
Like, this is like bitching at a culture of misogyny abuse at Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
Like, no one's making you go there. Like, you know what it is. It's fucking Playboy. It's Victoria's Secret. What do you,
They can cater to whoever they like.
and I don't know what the misogyny
We
and
choose
abuse.
not to make panties bigger than this.
Yeah.
That's our choice.
That's what we make.
We don't have to make them.
Why don't you make an M&M this big? Because I don't want to make an M&M that big.
Exactly.
We make tiny little
We
M&Ms.
like little M&Ms. We don't like
Yeah.
big M&Ms.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
want to invent
It's
the new
our-
M&M? Go ahead.
it's our
Just don't
choice.
call it. Don't
Yeah.
call it M&M. Yeah, it's huge backlash following that. Plus, he was friends with Jeff Epstein.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
that's a kiss of death.
They've had a decline in sales, but last year the brand tried a new approach. So they're going to fake it now. So just being skanks and hiring the hottest bitches on planet Earth to be
Yeah.
in all their stores. And now they're going to try to pretend that we woke up overnight. Maybe this will get us
like
back
that.
on brand target. So now they've added a new approach, posting photos on Instagram that promote neutral underwear.
Neutral.
Yeah.
Fuck's neutral.
Tan? I don't know.
That's nude. What's neutral?
I don't know.
Like not sexy, not
Probably.
like a tweener, like kind of
Or for trans guys with
boy shorts
giant
kind of
dick and
stuff.
ball set in their pants.
You could both have it.
Yeah.
I'm curious. If there was somebody here that could look it up, I would do that.
Yeah. So in a variety of skin colors.
Okay.
Didn't they just live on pink and white and red for the longest time?
Yeah, pretty much.
So do black chicks not like pink and red? They want skin tones or
No, I think I don't know. I can't speak as to the color preferences of
Yeah.
other people.
okay. Using models from different ethnic backgrounds and showing size diversity.
Yeah. Well, we saw the new catalog. We did see the new catalog.
Yeah.
It was
Terrifying.
We talked about it with
It was
the mannequins being all big and shit. The
I had-
catalog followed suit.
I had multiple people. Apparently that catalog just dropped on all the ladies that are listening.
Yeah, it shows up on their doorstep.
Yeah, so a couple people sent them to us, and I saw one that was like, that's not that bad. And then Hats came in.
Yeah.
Hat sent us pictures.
People are going to
three-
think she's a monster. We keep.
She was like, "Hey,
She's
you
our
guys are
Victoria's
talking-
Secret representative.
Yeah, you guys talked about this. Here's my catalog just showed up, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that ain't I don't want that Victoria's Secret. Put that one back.
Do those cost
That
like
one
twice as much?
stinks. They should.
They should.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's twice the material.
See, I've always bitched about this because I have a small foot, so my shoes should not cost what yours cost. But they do.
Yeah. I get upcharged. Once you go to like 2X,
Yeah.
then they start upcharging
Yeah.
for shit.
That's fat
material.
shaming.
Yeah, it is.
It's fat shaming.
Yeah, it's
big
not
time.
fair.
I have a real problem with that.
The fucking biggins should have to do that for their jug holders.
Yeah.
They got to pay double.
It's not right.
It's extra material. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. So anyway, those mannequins, those models.
Yeah.
I
It's where
just-
we're at in society now,
I
man.
don't know what we're doing. Like, I am in no way. I would feel horrified if someone was like, "Hey, I want to take your picture and put it in a catalog." I'd be like, "Nah. How about you don't?"
Yeah.
There was a day, maybe. It ain't now.
Right.
Like, I'd be embarrassed for humanity to have to see me in a fucking bikini brief or
Yeah.
like no.
I think you could start like a grassroots campaign or something where everybody just went in like posed with the giant fucking mannequins, getting pictures with them and stuff. I think eventually they'd be like, "Fuck, just take them down, just take them out, get them out of here."
We're a punchline. God
Yeah,
damn it.
God damn it! Now it's a joke.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is.
Yeah,
People, I don't know. I'd love to hear from people. Maybe I'm way off target on this, and maybe there are a lot of women that go into that store.
hey, sexy comes in all sizes, man.
Fine.
I'm all for that.
Fine.
It's all personal preference.
Lane Bryant had this covered. Victoria's Secret was in
But
one
Lane
lane.
Bryant was like, that was like mom shit, man. They didn't do anything like sexy. They just did it big.
Yeah.
That was just once you outgrew everything else, then it was Lane Bryant time.
Yeah. So open Victoria's not so secret.
It was like
You
the
know?
big and tall men's store for
Right.
women.
That's what Big and Tall answered the call.
Yeah.
For people like that. Open Victoria's not so secret, where it's all fat chicks, but
Yeah.
it's like lingerie that takes up, a bed sheet, but you make some lace out of the ends of it and you wrap them in that thing, and
Yeah.
it's like we have our own lane now.
So
we
it's a
cater to-
win-win.
We
You get
cater
to
to
keep it all together and have a little bit
Yeah.
of sexy in there too.
Yeah, and it's like Lizzo's our brand. It's
Oh,
like okay,
yeah.
great, you're going after Lizzo.
Oh, I can't wait till she
Awesome.
poses naked. God, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're the guy that's going to buy that
Oh,
issue?
yeah. Oh. Love me some biggins.
Yeah. No, you don't.
I know.
Jen Psaki has denied that the Bowl of Soup administration will be funding crack pipe distribution.
Oh, did she?
Yep, and the matter is not an issue. So Senator Marsha Blackburn said she will hold up a bill to keep the government funded due to a harm reduction program. She placed a hold on continuing resolution to fund the government until Health and Human Services agrees to restructure its program so it does not fund distribution of drug paraphernalia. What is happening here is the potential to hold up funding for the government and important programs around an issue that is not an issue, because we've been very clear we're not providing funding for crack pipes. No, it's pretty clear that's what you were doing.
Pretty sure that's exactly what was happening.
Hunter's going to be so disappointed.
I know.
He's gonna be like, Dad,
Our new drug czar, Hunter Biden.
I already told all my friends we were getting free new crack pipes. What happened? Dad,
Big guy, come on.
come on, big guy. HHS had confirmed to them the kits would include pipes used to smoke crack cocaine or any illicit substance.
Yeah, don't
We
forget
read
your
about
meth.
that.
Don't forget your meth. You got to smoke that.
The grant will fund programs that offer safe smoking kits. So that hasn't changed. So what else would be in a safe smoking kit? Band-Aids and chapstick?
Burn-proof lighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems like you
Crack pipes, pretty specific.
think that was probably part of the deal.
Yeah.
They just caught so much fucking backlash that they got to just backpedal and try and get out of it any way they can.
What they're best at.
Fire extinguisher?
Get on the microphone,
Yeah.
Tooch. Which one are you on? You're in green.
Fire extinguisher.
What'd you say, Tooch?
Fire extinguisher?
Fire extinguisher? Yeah, that would be in a safe smoking kit. So these smart asses, they came up last week. Okay, hold on. The senator said they would not lift her hold until HHS reissued its fiscal year 2022 harm reduction grant to assure taxpayer dollars not be used to distribute the paraphernalia. Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra, his assertions that the money would not be used for crack pipes meant nothing because the harm reduction grant specifically allowed for safe smoking kits. Last week, he said in a statement, no federal funding will be used to directly or through subsequent reimbursement of grantees to put pipes in safe smoking kits. Joe
I keep
Manchin,
hearing safe smoking kits
yeah,
over and over and over,
yeah,
but they haven't detailed what's in a safe smoking kit.
yeah, and they still have
Cool,
it.
right? But it's not a crack pipe,
This was funny.
and that's the term that they're getting hung up on. It's not a crack pipe. It's a
Safe smoking could be tobacco.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
for tobacco use only, like the bongs.
But the quote was any illicit substance.
Yeah.
And crack cocaine specifically.
Yeah.
So, Reps Lauren Boebert of Colorado and Dan Bishop of North Carolina said that the Biden administration got caught red-handed. The Republicans have a bill now. It's the Halting the Use of Narcotics Through Effective Recovery Act,
Okie dokie.
known as the Hunter Act.
That's fantastic. What is it? So what are the words again?
It is
Halting.
the Halting the Use of Narcotics Through Effective Recovery Act.
That is wonderful.
Dubbed the Hunter Act. I like the Hunter Act, Bober said, because it's a better acronym than Stop Paying to Subsidize Biden's Son's Drug Addiction Act. That didn't really flow. Joe Manchin joined in with Senator Marco Rubio to ban federal funding from being used to purchase illicit paraphernalia such as pipes or needles, the bill known as the Pipes Act, or Preventing Illicit Paraphernalia for Exchange Systems Act.
Pipes. That's got a fancy ring to it, doesn't it?
Pipes. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, sure.
Look, you did get caught red-handed.
You got caught.
Absolutely said
You done got caught.
And the optics are shit. They're really bad because they were given priority to like inner cities and
Yeah.
like it. You could look at it like, oh, we're helping this community, or you could look at it like, no, you're providing crack pipes,
perpetuating the problem.
and needles in a place that does not need more crack pipes and needles.
Yeah.
Under the guise of, well, sometimes they use pipes and they cut their lips and then they get Hep C. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
you sure that's how they got Hep C?
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Pretty sure that's not how they got Hep C.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they don't have Hep C. Pretty sure that's not how they got Hep C. All right, let's wrap this up.
Okay.
I have a few more stories. We're gonna do some members content. We're
extra.
Yeah, the back end is getting fired up, and we're gonna start doing some. I've had some people email me asking when we're gonna turn that on. It's in the process. You know, it'll be really helpful, but we're gonna start compiling some content. So we can have a proper launch of that. So
I like it.
Yeah, it'll be
Launched
fun.
up proper.
So I got a few stories held back that we could do.
Okay. Yeah.
Throw
Keep
in
the
there.
keep the really fucked up ones for that.
I love people that say this. I hear this from people quite often. My only news source is from you.
Oh, God bless you, and I feel for your soul.
Before that, Drew and Mike, since before you were even a producer on their show.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go back to the Rob days.
Yep. Rob Lobster. All right, T.
Excellent.
Let's get out of here. Let's go hang with Tooch.
Let's do it.
All right.
Wednesday, Friends Day.
Wednesday, Friends Day. Let's do it. Tooch already has a cocktail in his hand. He's
Attaboy.
rolling. He's
he
good.
knows how to make himself at home.
Hell yeah.
Food in the oven.
All right.
Now
All
we're
right.
talking.
All is well.
All right. All right. Let's get out of here. Talk to you guys.